And we're here. We're live. And we're on your screen. Hi guys. It's time for another Queensville this month. It's time for the start of the month actually. 4th of April today. Wow. Well, got a lot of things to tell you guys this week. It is unbelievably crazy. Queen's just been really busy the last couple of days. I'll get to the Queen news in a bit. But I've got some updates to tell you guys what's been happening. The first thing is a huge apology about the video for Angry Penguin. Yeah, I had a couple of issues with my computer. Unfortunately, it seems my computer's been acting really funny. My computer had kept on rebooting automatically by itself, and I went through all of the setup again. I went through all the hard drive, even the memory, cleaned it, CPU. I've done all the settings on the BIOS, and everything was working fine. And then about a few days later, after all I've tried to do with the computer, I've realised what the problem is. Actually, it was my surge protector. I've got a long surge protector, which is a 4-way, and it cut out a lot of my editing, and the editing software just buggered up. It just crashed on me altogether. So I haven't filmed the Angry Penguin video yet. It is on the pipeline, so that's kind of it's a bit of a crazy situation. But anyway, I've got a lot of updates to tell you guys. Just a couple of things before we do go on the Queen for the minute, because I've just got something else I need to mention. I have been working on a project this year. I told you about this album project that I was starting to do. We finally have recorded all the tracks now. Well, some of the tracks were recorded. So I've been, for the past 4 days, was in this room recording like crazy, writing new material, and I've demoed probably about 6 songs now, which has been making this album really good. We've got a singer where I'm actually going to audition for next week, and we've actually started to write her album, would you believe? And I have to tell you, this album is amazing. It is just so good. So it's a long time I've actually managed to do this, but we've got a great person coming in the next few weeks. She was meant to come up on the Saturday. Unfortunately, she couldn't make it, so she had plans. But hopefully, in the next week or so, we're going to try and very hopefully get something sorted out. But the album is looking great, sounding amazing. I've actually demoed the 6 songs I've demoed. Actually, are Typical Me, Prairie Dance, Everywhere. The Fire and the Flames was a new one that I wrote today, and that sounds incredible. I mean, that is really, we're going really into the metal and goth mode, you know. We're going into all dark stuff, you know, and it sounds great. So we're planning to release it in a month's time. Probably the 2nd week in April, we're going to release it on Black Friday. Plans to bring it out on SoundCloud first, actually, and also it'll be available on iTunes, because I'm going to try and get iTunes account sorted out. And if this gets successful, we haven't talked about it yet, but we're thinking about doing a 2nd one. So and I'm actually not singing on the album, would you believe? I'm not singing on any of the tracks. I've done the demos of the tracks, but I'm not singing on the album. But the girl who I've hired, who I'm talking to at the moment, she has heard the basic demos and she loves them. She absolutely loves them. So I'm looking forward to that. It is absolutely horrible out there. It is raining, like it's raining so heavy. I mean, we're expecting heavy rain for the next few days, and it's going to get worse and stuff as well. It's going to be just pants. Anyway, moving along from that side anyway of music and stuff. Queen stuff. Right. Now, I did mention before that I was going to try and screen capture the Queen news on the Queen website. OBS does not allow me to do that. No. They have to apparently have a web browser enabled for that, and they don't have the capability to actually do certain things on it. So, but anyway, it doesn't matter, because I'm going to read it actually off camera. So, Queen Online should be a very interesting thing to actually produce. A lot of things happening actually with this month with the band. I'm going to read the stuff on the website, so I can't give you a screen capture of the website. But one thing I have to say about the Queen website is that the Queen website looks a load of shit. It is too fancy. They did it too fancy. The website looks like it looks like it's been like a Gary Taylor experiment thing he's been doing for us. It's terrible. So the website is awful. I can't say that anything bad. I can't say that it's really brilliant. The website's not. It's just very, 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 very. It's very bad. Even looking from here as well. I'm actually going to see if I can get a capture screen sorted out for this. Give me a minute. I need to. No, so we need to put the scene, actually scene 3. And let's see if we can put on the browser. No, that doesn't work. No, that's not browser. We need to find out how to do this. Display capture, and there we are. That's it. So you're going to have to see my desktop for now on, because this is the only way I'm going to be able to do this. So actually, what I could do is I could actually readjust this a little bit. So if I get this up away and I put this here, we don't really need OBS open really. Oh, actually, I can go up underneath OBS. Oh, that's even better. Right. So, well, I need to get a good view of the webs. That's better. There we are. Website. There we are. So yeah, there's a website now. So let's see. The website, as I said, it looks really, really pants. I'm going to put my camera on actually. Oh no, I'll tell you what we'll do. So we won't actually do that. We'll do this instead. So yeah, the website, not a big fan of it. I'm afraid it's not very good. It's just terrible. It's actually nice to actually have big, huge pictures, which is just unbelievably thinking. I mean, they could have just basically have done it like that. Really, it's easier that way. Anyway, so yeah, we're going to start with March, because I didn't do a lot. We haven't done a lot of news for a while, but let's do the new ones anyway. First of all, it's the Freddie Mercury birthday party this year. They are doing a new one this year, which is really, really good. And it won't let me go to the page. Why is that? Oh, there we are. Oh, I see. So you've got to do it like that, have you? Alright, well, we don't need that big. That's a bit better anyway. Freddie Mercury birthday party 2018. Preparations for September's party in Montreal are progressing nicely, so look out for more announcements soon. But in the meantime, this is now time to reveal this year's theme, dress code. We've gone for styles black and red. Freddie often combines these colours, particularly on stage. We can know the classic black leather biker look he adopted. Or the sling red pants that he strutted around in. The Radio Gaga video combines both amazingly. Actually, that's a fantastic statement to say about that. Actually, these are opinions, of course. But for the party, you can dress in anything you like. Be as creative as you wish with the colours. We challenge anyone to come as Queen's Greatest Hits album cover. But that's a bit. Well, that'll be a bit hard to do. But anyway, the Freddie Mercury birthday party takes place on Sunday, 8th of September at the casino in Montreux in Switzerland. So it's actually interesting how they've done it from there anyway. Yeah. So that's a good idea. I think the only thing that I think would only benefit from that is if they had a if it's in the casino. I mean, that's great, because that's where they actually did the rehearsal tracks for the Innuendo all live. That's actually not a bad thing that this year. Actually, I think they've done a good job of that. So fair play to them. Fair play to them indeed. Fair play. Okay, now we're going to go now to the next one, and this is get used to this thing. Brian May. This is the new book that came out. I heard about this from Mark. This is the new official BMG shirt designed by. Oh, sorry, it's not actually. It's a Brian May guitar shirt. I'm thinking something else. It's the he's launching his own shirt apparently for this, and it's going to be really ingenious. Pre-order the official Brian BMG shirt. So what are you using BMG for? Anyway. So this is the Brian May Guitars web store. Brian May Guitars are very peaceful and nicely accepting offers now for a brand new official shirt designed by Mr. May himself. You can click there to order. Actually, that goes to the Brian May website. Actually, this striking garment celebrates the decades of Brian May Guitars, highlights Brian's consummate artistic talents, and salutes the entire range of BMG instruments. It's a little bit misleading having BMG. They should have put actually B.M.G instead of putting that together. It's actually a bit misleading, that is. The Brian May Special Marid Limited Edition colour finishes, but it doesn't have to be red to be special. I don't know. As well as the Mini May travel guitar, the BM bass, Rhapsody guitar, new Canadian models. It is priced at $39.50. That's a bit much, is it? That's expensive. Whoa. $39.50 to get it done. You can order yours exclusively for that. Please allow 8 weeks for processing. Yeah, that's probably just the fact that Universal's trying to do a good mismatch of it all. Hey, I'm going to be snazzy. Yeah, but anyway, it's good. It's good. Good merchandise. Now we're going to speak about the movie. Yeah, this movie has been causing a lot of controversy and it's been absolutely mad. As you all know, I did this last year when I talked about the Freddie Mercury movie was getting in production. It finally is now. It's been travesty after travesty after travesty, trying to get this movie off the ground, trying to get it all finished, trying to get it all done. And Brian has actually got a good hand in this because he's actually doing the producing on this film anyway. I've got good points and bad points. Good points, the actor is going to be amazing in this. The bad points is going to be what music are they going to use in it? Is there going to be new music by Brian in it? Is there going to be a song? Is there going to be a new song in there? Is there going to be a classic thing? Is there going to be Let Me In Your Heart Again? I don't know. I've got a clue. But anyway, they are moving forward with it. And the original date now is going to be the 25th of December 2018. Now, the reason that they've kept this blank here is because they don't want to discuss what's happening at the moment with the film. Because if you guys have all known, yes, there was a director already hired for it. Bryan Singer was going to direct the whole film, and fortunately, there's been a battle between the lead actor and the director as well. And unfortunately, things have not worked out. And as you all know, if you have been regular viewers of Queensville, it was also the first time that when I said obviously the film was going to be in bits and pieces, it still is. I mean, from my own point of view, I do think it's a good idea to bring this out. And I kind of think it might lose the appeal. I'm not really sure. It might lose the appeal for our older fans, and then they want to bring up the newer fans to this. I don't know how it's going to market out very well for the youngsters and the old and us. Because, I mean, it may be successful, but you may disagree. You may think, well, he's not really the right part to play Freddie, and you may think, does it really have to do that sort of thing again? And then them sort of things that you have to obviously think of. It's just very, very. It's time consuming to really think they're gonna do another film, because we already had another film this year, and then we had that great documentary that came out, which me and Mark were talking about that the other night actually, and he said that they should bring it out on DVD. Potato was still not even financed that yet. They haven't done what's happened with that yet. So it's being reshown though this Christmas on Channel 5, but there isn't any plans to really bring it out on DVD. But I don't know. But it's up to Universal if they want to bring it out. But then again, it's just their own approval for it. Update on the Queen Italian release. This has been a brilliant hit. This has been fantastic. They've already released 3 now of these. The next one they've brought out is Queen. The first one was obviously Kind of Magic. The second one was Night of the Opera. And the third one was Queen 1. Now, I understand why they're releasing it that way. It's to do with highest sales of records in the 80s and highest sales pitched in the 70s. So, and then they're going to go to the medium, then the lowest and the highest and the lower ones, and that's how they're doing it actually. The only thing that I didn't really like about it is the packaging. That's the only thing I don't like. The flimsy cardboard packaging is terrible. They could have just done it much better in better packaging. But as I've had a look at them online, and in fact, the 2011 remasters that have come out from Bob Ludwig, which is amazing, high quality 108 gram vinyl, and it's Italian release only. You can get it from Italian, and you can also buy it on Discogs. Discogs is selling it actually, and they are allowed to sell this set. They actually do. There's a lot of them priced at £23, which is a good price to buy it for, and then I'm hoping that in the next couple of weeks. It's every 4 weeks you get it. It's every month basically. So Queen get this released, and then after that the next one gets released, and then they go down, 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 and that's how they're going to work it out really from it. So it's kind of a good idea. It's a good idea how they should do it, but DX team should have really thought about the packaging a bit much better to do it that way. But that's just like DX team being so very cheap on their flimsy cardboard. But they never know it. Next one we're going to have is Freddie Mercury Memorial Night in Rome. This is very interesting. I never read about this actually. Special night dedicated to Mercury will be placed in Rome on the 7th of April at Stazione Birra, most important venue in Rome. His music will live on again with Requeen, which apparently they had got some play on Facebook. Apparently people were saying about Requeen was pretty good actually. It was the only best tribute band apparently ever going around, which was quite interesting to think about it. It was requested tribute band in Central Italy who are playing a set list of songs that will span all over Queen's career. Freddie will be celebrated with Mr. Freestone. Yes, because he was already on Facebook. Actually just said confirmed that he was going to be there. He's going to be there this year. And then he also it's going to be with, I think there's going to be friends and relatives there as well from it. It's sponsored by We Will Rock You. Yeah, the only official fan club in Italy recognised by Queen and Universal Music. So apparently Universal's paid more to Queen to do this thing. More information can be found at Stazione Libra.it. So that's actually not bad, because at least one thing is we're getting at least something from obviously we're getting something from Universal's thing to say we're going to give money to Queen, but we're going to also let you know that this is going to be what this policy we're going to have. So yeah, that's a big chunk of money from Universal's point of view anyway. So yeah, of course, that's the Queen news for now. I have read the rest of the news because I had a glimpse of them before, but a lot of things we want to discuss about Adam Lambert and all that. Although they have been confirmed that Adam Lambert and Brian, Adam and Brian, not Mr. Taylor, Adam and Brian are wanting to perform a special gig somewhere, somewhere in Spain or somewhere, and but they want to do an acoustic set apparently. So I don't know how that's going to work out. It's just kind of just a bit manic really. So there's a lot of things that they can do. I mean, Brian's successful now, and look at him. He's doing his badger campaign, and he's doing these foxes, and now he's doing his geese now. And he's doing a geese campaign now apparently, which has gone really successful. And I mean, the only thing is that I mean, what Brian does is so amazing. What he does is for people. He helps them out so well, and he does great things for people. And he just says, you know, we're going to back this up and do this up and all that business and stuff. One story that did occur from last year, the guy who did the went over to Devon and got the cows, and because apparently the farming was going to be his farming land was going to be obviously taken over and it was going to be dead. Well, Brian saved it, and he made a deal with them. And about a year later, I think the deal's still gone through, and I think the guy's kept his land now. And I think it was really important that he did that, because you know that was something that he said, I need some help because I'm going to lose my farm and I'm going to lose all my pigs and my animals. He was looking after the animal yard. The yard was amazingly well, and it was going so well for him. So if whatever happens to this point now, I hope that our animals are safe, because you know we don't want our animals to die. We want our animals to be trapped like human beings, really, as it is. I mean, I'm not a political person, and I'm not a kind of a person who backs animal rights. But I mean, in my own point of view, a certain thing like that is important for us. So there's no need to kill things that. We don't need to kill animals. We don't need it. And I mean, literally, if there's any justice in the world, there should be just something that say, don't do this to the animals. They should be free. They should be left alone. And I mean, I'm not going to I'm never criticize anything at all, because that's how I am. But I mean, I watch people like Gordon Ramsay. I mean, I totally understand he's a chef, and I absolutely do agree that he has to do that because that's his nature, and he has to kill them and has to do that. But he's doing it because it's always been brought up as a main trait to do it for himself. So nothing against Gordon Ramsay or anything. It's just the fact that all animals should be kept safe and away from thingies. But mind you, if you have to survive in the woods and you've got to survive in the snow and all that, and if you don't have anywhere to stay, you've got your own tent and your thingy and stuff. I mean, it's important that you do have got something really for nothing. So that's what I think anyway from it. So, but Brian's doing a good job though. I mean, everything he's just doing is so good. It's well. It's fine. It's safe. It's just we don't need any cruelty to animals at all. They need to be kept really, really safe as well, which is interesting. Okay, now we're going to go to the discussion page on My Queen. Now we have My Queen. Wish it was My Queen. Yes, I had a lot of messages coming through just a couple of days ago, and I have had. Actually, I need to duplicate that page. Actually, sorry, let me go back. Go back to my live stream, please. Yeah, because we have. I had some messages come through just a couple of days ago, and one person who I have to say a massive thank you to has been, absolutely spot on for the comments she made. She got in touch with me after the last live stream. After the last live stream, she gave me a message on on the discussion page, because it's a private discussion page. You can make comments and everything else. But Nicola Pierce, thank you so much for your great message I got the other night. That was very nice of you to accept my apology, and it was very nice of you to send me that nice message as well. And she sent me another message, which I will read in a minute actually. But I want to go back to the last 2 weeks ago when I did Queensville. I want to just concentrate on one thing. Last time I did a Queen bootleg stream, which was the all the bootlegs that I had, which was obviously from various places, and we did Mark's collection and everything else and stuff. And it's really, really, really cool. Well, actually, he's just got back to me and he said most bootlegs are good if you find the right ones. Totally agree. I got the Budapest one, and it sounds like the DVD mix, which is the Budapest bootleg. And I think it is actually. I'm sure that it might be just a rehash of it. I think it's just a revamped sound quality's more better for it, and it's it seems that it could be. It's not audience recording. It just sounds identically the same anyway. It was like the same with that blooming that other one he brought. The other one that was out. The magic one, the bootleg magic one that came out identically, the Saturday night remix thing, whatever it was called anyway. But yeah, they really shouldn't have remixed that DVD, that Saturday's DVD. She never remixed it. Should have kept the original just the audio, but putting bits and pieces just to enhance it a bit better is my point of view. It doesn't sound the same. That's what I feel like anyway. I got a message from Felipe GS. Thanks a lot for your comment, mate. He was commenting on the Talisman's All or Nothing song. I've got some news apparently by Jessica Soto, if you want to know. Important actually. And Jeff does watch this. Jeff does watch Queensville. I'm sure he does. A Day to That Rush apparently is a riff from Mr. Big. It is actually. It is. Well, what Talisman did in a great achievement way, they did just many riffs on guitars, and that song is my favourite of all from Talisman's career. Talisman was a brilliant band. And Jeff is on his last live stream. Apparently he was being messaging. Apparently he said he's got the master tracks back from Love Parade, and he might be able to make it a bit harder and make it a bit rockier, Jeff. Make that album a bit more rockier. Don't need all the funk stuff. Like, we need some rock on it. That's cool. Even the Human Clay stuff. I mean, I still to this day think Vowels and Stone should have been a hit, that song, because it was a good album. Ricky Ray Fitz. It's been a year and he's still not back. That's a Brian Johnson thing, yeah. Brian Johnson has actually been recording. He's been recording a track with Jim Brewer, the great comedian. If you've ever seen his skit on doing Brian Johnson, you need to watch that video because it got the highest views on YouTube and it is incredible. The link is in the description on the video. You have to watch that video because it is spot on. I didn't even know it was. The album's pretty good though. Pretty good album. But Nicola Pierce, I've got to read this out because this is such a great thing she sent. She sent me a lovely message. I haven't read this yet, so I don't know anyway. She says, thank you very much for the apology in our channel general chat video, which I watched last night, and I appreciate that, and it is accepted. Thank you very much. I'm glad that it's all sorted, and you're happy I'm not a scammer. All forgotten now. That's a scammer. What? It's fine. It's fine. Anyway, she says, apparently, you mentioned that on your list, a wish list, there was a DVD of Champions of the World. Yes, I did. At the beginning of the year, I decided to buy a copy of this documentary as I only had a copy, as a YouTube copy, ordered via eBay from Music Magpie. And I think I was getting the VHS tape version. I was surprised and delighted to receive my copy on a 2-disc VCD set for $3.99. Who's got VCD players anymore? No one has. But very interesting that. Which plays fine on my laptop and DVD player. I have seen more copies of this on Music Magpie, but they don't have any at the moment. But I checked Discogs, and they have 4 copies available from 12.20, and here's the link if you're interested. Hope this is some of interest. Thanks for your apology. Kind regards, Nicola. Thank you, Nicola, for that. Yes, Nicola, I did have Champions of the World on VHS, and I think I know where it is. It's in the next door room, because I've got a little room there with all my gears in there. But next door in my room, I have got a VHS of that actually. It is still one of the best ever done from that. The VHS version that you might have, and I'm only guessing this. I wonder if you've got the version that was on the telly version on Channel 4. I've got a funny feeling it might be on that, and there might be compression a little bit better. That's why it's split on 2 DVDs for some reason. If you do have a copy of that, message me on Facebook on the Queensville page, and let me know if you have got that still. I'd like to have a little preview of that actually. If you can rip that to your laptop, love to see that, because that'd be cool. And speaking of which, DVDs and VHS and CD wise, I'm not sure if Nicola will be interested in getting the Nebworth bootleg on Discogs. There's something for you to check out on the Wardour release, because it's awesome. And actually, some people I've spoken to a couple of people, and they do have that box set, and it is really good. But the only thing about it is the DVD is it is the TV one. It's nothing very unusual about it. Shame about that. Anyway, and Mark sent me another one 4 days ago. He said, Queen to celebrate their 50th anniversary in 2021 with a full audio of Nebworth and Hyde Park 76. It's been discussed by Jim Jenkins. Yeah, we discussed this on Sunday, and when he rang me up, and I heard obviously that was Hyde Park was going to get a release of it, but only on audio. The video, I'm not really sure. And as for the Nebworth one, it could be possibly actually get out that one. But the audio can be salvageable. So, but it's in the Masters vault anyway, so they'll have to dig it out with Trip Caliph. Obviously, has to come in and do that, because we really can't do it without his help, really, because he did a great job of that. Another talk is a full box set anthology. Now, they've been on about this for a while now. Audio, yes. DVD, the only thing they have to do is put in just Days of Our Lives. That's the only best one. I really recommend that. Actually, to the DVD set of it with the extra bonus features on. They should really do that. Actually, they should. But I mean, if they're going to go through the stuff, they'd have to get the stuff from the Freddy stuff, which is from the box set, which has got rare tracks like Rain. There was another one as well called Wreckage and Sam Milk Sea, because they were only issued on that box set. Now the qualities on them are really terrible. I mean, they are bad, but for what it's worth anyway, it's part of the Freddy box set. But I mean, I'd love to hear some stuff from the Brian years, the early stuff, like in 1984. It's never had a proper. It's never ever had a proper mix of that one. It's just a rough stuff really from it. But that's something really interesting to get out. John's stuff, not very limited in John's stuff he's got. But you never know. You never know anyway. But yeah, but the box set will be good to get out this time. I think will be great. I think some other stuff like the Freddie Mercury tribute concerts. Come on, Universal, get it out. Bring it out, please. Come on. The tribute concerts never had a proper VHS release. It's never had a proper DVD release or a Blu-ray release. It's never had a full uncut release of it. It's never ever been. It's not complete. So, which sucks. But the bootlegs ones to get is the Japanese release. Anti-Den apparently has it on his Discogs page, so check it out because it's interesting. Also, the other thing that I want to mention is regarding Queen stuff. I've had a think. I had to think about the last couple of weeks, and I mean, it's a shame I don't have any of the videos left on my hard drive, which is a shame. But I was thinking about bringing back the Queen quiz that I used to do on Rock Show Live, because if you've heard, yes, Rock Show Live is no longer going to be possible to do. There's a lot of problems with it. Just Ustream being a twat for some reason. OBS being a new thing I've got to get used to. Audio's perfect for it, but it's for some reason Ustream's having some little issues with it. They apparently want to make this business friendly. Oh, great. So yeah, that's why I can't sort of do it on thingy. But that doesn't stop me at all. I've heard on Facebook you can stream live, but I don't know if you're allowed to use copyrighted music from your own brand. Maybe because you can only watch it live once, and after that it'll be unblocked, or you got to have a pro account with it. I don't know. I'm still trying to get it down, guys. I'm really promise you guys that we'll be coming back, but at the minute it's a no-go at the moment. So let's never know. We'll see. We'll see anyway. But YouTube at the moment, yeah, YouTube's going to be fine, which is cool. And another one I just got to say, I just got one today. Axl Rose Bastard Peach. I have no idea what that means, but yeah, I think I know what you mean, mate. It's just Axl Rose does not suit the band. That's true. Very, very true. That's even interesting, right? Vinyl update. Vinyls. Yeah, vinyl update. Now, I haven't at the moment had time to get my needle sorted out, which I am going to try. I'm going to try my very hardest to get my needle repaired. The only other option that I have got is the actual inside of this. I might have to change this now. Just this part here, just this main part here. I might change that part for a new needle to put on, or one of those red needles you can get. So that might have to be replaced as well. So because I've noticed that this is going to cost more to buy. This little thing here is going to cost more to buy, and nobody around my my town does any of these. So that's out of the pipeline for now. But anyway, but vinyls anyway. I've been checking out if you remember from the last January, I think it was it this January? Last January, I must have filmed it. Vinyl Collection 2017 video. If you go and check the video out, I did a video and I did a review of a label called In Tempo, and it was a 60s album that I have still got actually, and it still sounds brilliant. Well, they've brought more out now. They've brought more out. They've started to bring out Prince now. Why? And somebody, an artist I cannot stand to this day is Madonna. But they're not, and Guns N' Roses have brought one out as well. And the only thing is that these are bootlegs. These are not actually, they apparently are supposed to be live authentic recordings by the original artists. But apparently it says live recordings remastered for vinyl. Right, I get the idea. But it sounds to me like it's a bit of a risk, because whoever's doing these bootlegs and bringing them out, like Guns N' Roses, where they got that one from, I don't know where it is, but it's some very unusual tracks that I've never heard of before on any of the tours. I mean, So Easy's on it, and Mr. Brownstone, but I don't remember those being played. I don't remember Mr. Brownstone being played live in '87. That must have been like a small little club, or there must have been their demo, live demo they must have done. So it was a very interesting. It's called Guns N' Roses Live at the Ritz, and on the cover it's got Ritz crackers on it. Why the God? I don't know what I've done that for, because not allowed to use. They're not allowed to use anything from Guns N' Roses management and either the record company from Geffen, which I don't understand why. So they brought that one out, and they brought Madonna live in the the Erotica tour, uncut. But I actually think that is from the In Bed with Madonna concert. I'm sure it is. And then they brought another one out from Prince, where and don't ask me why, but it sounds to me like it's supposed to be him, but it's not really. I don't think you think it is anyway. So there's some bootlegs from B&M stores selling bootlegs, terrible albums. Even the worst album I've just seen this week in B&M stores is the Super Disco one. And oh my god, it is bloody awful. It is awful. It's no original artists. It says these have been re-recorded for your pleasure. So these are like from the Ian Levine years. It's from like the Ian Levine years of 1998. Just to bring it out on vinyl. Apparently they got a new version of Band of Gold on there from 1998, and they're bringing it out for 2018. That's just so very stupid. And then there was the Rat Pack, and then there was the Rock and Roll Jukebox one. So that was a bit naff, that one. 61 was the best one. And then I got another album, not on vinyl, but I downloaded the songs just off YouTube, really. And then it's called Rockabilly Rebels, and it was a brilliant album, and I really like it, actually, because I go to the Rock and Roll Club every fortnight on a Friday at the Golden Legion, and it's an amazing place to go there. It's rock and roll, and it's so funny, and we have a lot of laughs, and it's just kick-ass at its best, and everybody's excited up there. It's just, hey, everybody's just... It is crazy. It's crazy. So the Rock and Roll Night's happening on Golden Legion. If you live around the area, I'm up there. We'll see every Friday. It's a great night to be there as well, and it's one of the ones I just do. You think if you enjoy rock and roll music and you like the music I like metal and rock and all that, and listen to rock and roll there, it is so good. And yeah, the DJ's called who's the DJ again? The Rockin' Jock. I can't remember his name now. Stu. Yeah, it's Stu. DJ Stu. DJ Rockin' Jock Stu. And he's a Scottish guy, but he's very popular with his music. Got a lot of music on his plate, and it could just go like that. And it's big. It's big. So, how long have I been streaming for now? 42 minutes. Yeah, I'm going to be going off soon as well. If you guys are watching the replay, don't forget, guys, leave some comments. Comment on the video below. Let me know what you would like me to do next. General chat. Yes, people were asking about that again. I enjoy doing those general chats again. We will be doing a general chat live, and the next one's planned. Well, we've got Black Friday coming up as well, so Black Friday is not going to be an option to do that. So we're going to make it on the, hopefully, the 20th of April will be the next live stream for the general chat one. That's when you can get your own questions in. I can talk about everything else and Queen. Well, we can do Queen as well if you want to, but it varies on it as well. So I have a manic week come up next week. I have got a crazy week. Tomorrow night, I'm at the Rock Renegade tomorrow night. I'm going to see Maiden UK, a tribute band who are amazing. And this is going to be a great night. So Riley's in Sunderland. If you're down there on tomorrow night, get there tomorrow night. You've got to be early, though, because you've got to be early at the doors, because it's starting at 8 o'clock tomorrow night. And I'm telling you, this band is going to be absolutely full-on, top-notch. I can't wait to see them. I can't wait. It's going to be so good. Then the month after that, we've got a Metallica tribute band coming out at Riley's, and then the month after that one, we've got the best one coming up, which I did have a T-shirt on there. Black Sabbath tribute band coming up. I'm looking forward to being there a lot now at Riley's. I love that place. It is so good. So whatever you do, guys, if you live in Sunderland and if you come down to Rise on a Sunday, on a Thursday night, come down, because it's going to be really, tomorrow's going to be crazy tomorrow. So expecting to be dressed up a lot tonight, which is cool as well. Dog's okay, by the way. She's fine. She's really tired today. She had a lot of play today, but she's been very tired today. But yeah, she's with us for another. She'll be with us for about another 2 or 3 months at least. She said probably till May. I think May's going to be easy enough to do. April's obviously here now. So hope you had a great Easter, by the way. I had a great Easter. I didn't get any chocolate. Didn't get anything. No. Although one thing I did do. I'm very not to show this, but I did dye my beard, by the way. I have, yes. Anyway, when it looks a bit dark on the camera, it's not. Actually, it's lighter on the camera because this part is darker, but this part is actually thingy. But I did them a bit more better. And people at the club said, "Dye it more, come dye it." It was going so grey like the past couple of weeks ago. So I never know. So anyway, apart from that, I will be busy next week. I have got music production happening next week. The album's going to, as I said, they've got the album sorted out as well. I've got the person coming in to the Queen room on next week sometime, and we're going to try and record some vocals here and do the track as well. But we're going to say, guys, that's all I've been doing at the moment is just getting this getting a lot of writing done this week, tons of writing done this week, and yeah, so look out for a behind the scenes video of that one coming soon, because we are actually thinking about filming it actually as well for your benefit, and we might be we won't be live streaming it though, we will just be filming it for your pleasure. To let you know who it is and what's Tez doing. It's all secretive. It's all thing as well. One thing I've got to tell you is Angry Penguin. I just want to quickly mention, if you guys were expecting that video coming up, yeah, I had a big crash on my computer. I might have said this before, but I had a big crash on my computer. But I'm hopefully going to try and get that all sorted out by the next time. So, but what happened was I lost. A ridiculous thing happened. I lost the Angry Penguin music again. I lost the trailer. I've lost all that now. So I have to try and salvage something next week if I can anyway. But anyway, studio works my life anyway, where it is anyway from it. It's cool. So that's all the Queen news this week. That's all you're going to get tonight from me. So hope you guys are going to have a good week. I'm going to be live next week on Friday. Not next Friday because we've got Black Friday coming up next week. But after Black Friday, you will be expecting an upload from me soon away from that, which is even cool. So thanks a lot, guys, for all. We haven't got any messages tonight, but if you want any messages at the end of the thing, I always get them at the very end. They always keep saying to me, "Oh, you didn't mention this one, mention this one." Well, I'll mention them next time anyway, which is even better that way. It's so cool. So look, I've got a few things coming up on the channel very soon. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I'll see you guys back here on the 20th of April. Until then, see you later, guys. Bye.